Hello, happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Day Tradestor. On this channel, I show you my daily trades, both my sells and my buys, and I show you and explain my decision-making process on how I decide to sell and buy any particular stock. So taking a look at our 3-month S&P 500 chart, you can see we opened up again at another all-time high at $66,626.99. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row where we have opened at all new highs. And even though we opened up today at an all-time high, it's probably just going down a little bit, preparing for the Fed report tomorrow on how much that they are going to reduce the interest rates by. If you're following me and you've made some of the trades that I've made, then if you're in the markets right now, you might see that nearly all of the stocks that are in our portfolio are going down slightly. They're not really going up anymore. They did go up a little bit this morning, but they've just fallen right back down. Like I said, in preparation for tomorrow's news. Trading activity was a little bit heavy today at first, but then it's died down. So as every stock that we have is nearly falling, it's just falling very, very slowly. Today we received 5 possible sell alerts. 3 of them, I believe, are definite sells. The first one we're going to look at is Berkshire Hathaway. And so we're coming over here into our watch list, right click, and we're looking to sell Berkshire Hathaway. Don't need to do that. Don't need to make a sell order because right now our price at $491.06 is currently higher than our purchase price at $485. Now yesterday, we did sell a share yesterday because we had a continuation of this price move down as it was below the fast moving average. We also had yesterday a possible sell alert triggered as price moved down below the slow moving average. And then we received another alert today because we do have a cross of the fast moving average going down below our slow moving average. Now we currently have one share in a sell order, and we have one additional share that, as I said, we purchased at $485.20. So we can look to sell one share right now, and we're not going to be in our buy column. We want to be in our sell column. And $491.02. So we're looking at roughly a $6 profit on that sell of Berkshire Hathaway. All right, the next one on our list is Johnson & Johnson, J&J. So you can see we had a nice long run of Johnson & Johnson from July 7th all the way up until today at September 15th. So a little more than 2 months, we've had a nice run. We made a nice little profit on this from 153 to 176. You can't tell in this new account because this is a new account that I opened on August 19th, but I purchased Johnson & Johnson back here and I maxed out with my 4 shares. And also as it's been going up, I've been day trading and making money on that. So yesterday we had a cross of the price below our slow moving average. We also had a very slight cross of our fast moving average going below our slow moving average. And we have a continuation down of both of those. So we're going to look to sell one share. We currently have one sitting in a sell order. Current price is $176.51. So a stock that we bought at $168.39, we're going to look to sell one share. And there we go, $176.49 from $168.39. We'll just call that roughly an $8 profit on that one share. Now the last stock that we received a possible alert to sell is TJX. TJX. Okay, there we go. All right, TJX. TJX is a bargain apparel and fashion store company. They own TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. This is another stock that we bought back here at the initial cross. And when we buy TJX, we max out with 2 shares per book. So we have 8 shares. We've made a profit on this entire run. We did have a cross 2 days ago of the price below the fast moving average, but we did not have continuation. And TJX is a company that I day trade. That's what all of these are. So you could see yesterday I bought 6 shares and bought 6 shares and sold 6 shares in my day trading strategy yesterday of TJX. Now we currently own 8 shares. As I just said, I like to have 2 shares per book. Now we do have what I'm going to call a continuation, even though it's not a direct continuation from the day prior. We had price move below our fast moving average 2 days ago. Then we had it reverse, and now it's reversed again. So this is a continuation move from this cross. So we're going to look to sell 1 book, which is 2 shares. And we're currently going to sell them at $139.24, hopefully. So there's 1 book with 2 shares from $139.24 that we bought at $134.89. So we'll say that, round that to just roughly a $5 profit per share. So that's $10 a profit for TJX. Now we did receive 2 more sell alerts, and those shares are more than likely we're going to be placing sell orders if I already don't have enough sell orders on them to cover all the shares. So the first one we're going to look at is McKesson, MCK. Now price, we had price move across our fast moving average yesterday. Then we clearly have a continuation of that move down. However, our purchase price of McKesson is significantly higher. All of my McKesson were purchased right around $731, and we're currently looking at $696. I already have a limit order for 1 share, so we're going to count that limit order as part of this move. This limit order was placed back here sometime, when we had a cross here, possibly sometime during this consolidation, and we've been holding on to it ever since, along with the other 2 shares. So all 3 shares were purchased somewhere back here, probably somewhere around this cross, and we set the price back here when we had price move down, and then we ultimately had a continuation here. That's probably when we actually placed the sell orders. We originally would have had a sell order for all of the shares once we had a cross, but ultimately we had price move back up. And once we have price, the fast moving average, move back across the slow moving average, I want to take all but 1 book off of being and having a sell order. So since this is our first price alert trigger, as price moves across the fast moving average, we already have 1. So there's our 1 sell order already in place. The next one is Targa. This is the last one we'll be taking a look at. Let me close this out. All right, TRGP. TRGP is Targa. So yesterday we had price move across our fast moving average, and at the same time we went below our slow moving average. We have a continuation of the move of the fast moving average. However, such as the same as it was with McKesson, our price is well below our purchase price of Targa. We purchased Targa at $210.94. Same thing, we purchased Targa at 2 shares per book for a total of 8 shares. We already have 1 limit order in place, and we'll count that part of this particular cross. That was triggered by this move of the candle, and this is the continuation of that. Now, it doesn't really matter since this is so far below our purchase price, but tomorrow, if we have a continuation down, we have another continuation candle supporting that move, then we'll just place a sell order for all the remaining 6 shares of Targa. But maybe the report from the Fed will be super positive, and we'll just turn right back around tomorrow. I'm excited to see what happens, and if you're trading, I hope you're excited to see what happens. All right, so that takes care of everything on our sell list and the alerts that we received today. We have nothing to look at from the previous days for this week or last week. So we're now going to take a look at our buy list and see what alerts were sent and see if we're able to buy anything. Now, what we want to look at is see how much money we actually earned today from the sale of our stocks. How much money did we get back? All right, so Berkshire Hathaway, we sold one of those, and that was $491.21. We'll just call that $490. And then we sold Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson here, we sold 1 share at 176. And then we sold 2 shares of TJX at 139 each. We'll round that up to 140 and we'll call that $280. All right, so doing the math, 490, 176, and 280, 6, 4, carry the 2. That is, so $946 is what we have available to spend if we're able to buy any stocks today. If you're new to my videos, it's the first time you've seen it, the remaining balance is for my day trading activities. So the first stock that we're going to look at is Uber, U-B-E-R. Uber, 2 days ago, 1-2, we had a cross at the end of the day. So we consider any cross that's at the end of the day, we consider it the following day's cross. And we did have a continuation in the move at the open, but prices just moved down since, which under most other circumstances, I would not be buying any additional shares. But Uber, earlier this week or last week, they just had a deal. I believe their deal is with Joby for possible future helicopter services, and they've expanded their range and market and struck up a deal with Best Buy and some other companies to deliver products and goods to customers. It's possible that this downward move is just in preparation for tomorrow. So I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I usually wait until we have a continuation move that is higher than the close of the actual candle on the day of the buy alert. We currently have 6 shares with Uber. I max out at 8. So we're just going to purchase 2 shares. If it does go against us, it's not really that big of a deal. The other 6 shares I bought at $91. So if it does go down, hopefully it won't be a fast move and we can sell as price moves down. But we're going to purchase 2 shares, bump this up to 1. And we'll get that at $98.03. So we're going to add 2 shares. So we now have our 4 books with each book having 2 shares. And we'll round that up to $100 each. So that's $200 from our $946, leaving us $746. The next one we're going to look at, which if you saw the video yesterday, is NRG. They're having quite a move. I'd like to max out with NRG. I like to max out at 12 shares. However, since I only have $746, we're going to purchase 3 shares. Actually, we're going to purchase 2. Somehow I ended up with 1 additional share. I like to have 12 max, so that would be 3 shares per book. So we're going to purchase 2 to even out 1 full book. So we'll see if we get it at $163.99 because we have a cross and just price continuing to range up from there. So we currently have 2, and that's 2 full books at 3 shares each. And with each of those shares, we'll just call that $328. And $328 from $746, we'll just call that $430 remaining. So we might be able to afford another 3 shares. Let's see, 163 times 3. That's roughly 480. We do not have enough for 1 more book, but we did end up getting 3 shares of 1 book of NRG. So that's exciting enough. All right, another stock we're going to take a look at is L3 Harris, and they are LHX. They are a defense company. So we had a cross roughly 3 days ago with a confirmed continuation and price moving upwards. So we're going to look to max out if we're able to. We have $430. We will not be able to max out. So for L3 Harris, I like to have 1 share per book. We can't afford 1 more share. We can't afford 2. So we're going to purchase 1 additional share. We just hit the close of day. It's now 4 o'clock. So in order to make that purchase, we can no longer use our active trader. We have to come here. We're going to hit LHX, find that. Oops, that is in my other list. I run multiple strategies in this account. So we come in here, we're going to right click on price, and we're looking to buy. Nope. And there's 284.50 that we bought L3 Harris. So with that purchase, that leaves me roughly $150 remaining that I can spend. to purchase another share of stock. Let's see what we've got. We've got XLF, which is an ETF for financials. XLF. Enter that. Okay, that's at $53. Now XLF, I like to purchase 6 shares. Now, it wouldn't matter if we don't have enough money, or if we had enough money because we had price move above our fast moving average. However, since then, we are in a downward trend for financials. And financials are probably going to do great tomorrow if the rates are reduced by 25% or a quarter of a point. So we're going to take a look at Bank of America, BAC. And we had price move across 2 days ago. We had continuation yesterday as price opened, but it moved back down. However, we do have a price continuation today. We're roughly about the same price as we closed 3 days ago. We currently have 8 shares. I'm going to purchase one more book. And with Bank of America, I purchased 4 shares per book. So that'll give us a total of 12 shares. Oh, I can't come in here to active trader. So let's see, Bank of America is here. We're going to right click and we want to buy. We're looking to purchase 4 shares. Current price, we want to confirm that is actually, we're going to drop down to, we want to maybe 65. Sometimes this price is higher. Good till cancel extended hours, looking to purchase 4 shares. Now this is going to take us $50 over what I was planning on spending, but $50 out of this balance is an insignificant amount. All right, so 464, let's take it up to 466. Try 467. Try 469. Try it at 72. Well, we'll just hit market. So we're going to come in here on Bank of America, right click and hit buy. We bought it at $50.80. So $50.80 we bought. Whoop, I need to buy a total of, I need to do that 3 more times, now 2 more times. I can't adjust the quantity doing it this way. So 1 more. All right, we now have 12 shares of Bank of America. We spent $50 over the amount of the money that we got back into our portfolio balance from our sells earlier. And that's insignificant. It really isn't a big hit, especially since it's a bank stock and more than likely than not, statistically, it's going to go up tomorrow. But we'll find out then. All right, we're back on our S&P chart. It's at the end of the day. We are closed at $6,606.76. So overall, we had a down day and we closed lower than yesterday's close. Everybody in the market's getting ready for Fed Chair Jerome Powell at 2 o'clock tomorrow to see what is going to be happening with the interest rates, whether they're going up, whether they're going down, most likely going down, and whether they're going down 25 points or 50 points. So tomorrow is a big day, especially at 2 o'clock. But let's take a look at what we sold and what we bought. So we sold Berkshire Hathaway, we sold Johnson & Johnson, TJX, and we bought Uber, NRG, and L3 Harris. So now let's take a look at our overall results for the day. All right, today we made $598.06, where 24 of that was through our swing trading strategies. The rest is my day trading activities. And this is the total gains. This is our realized gains. In order to make that $598, we took $31,939.11 of stocks that we owned and sold them. Again, that day trading, just buy and sell and buy and sell. So we ended up in total selling almost $32,000 worth of stocks. Fortunately, we ended up positive. We ended up making gains, and our gains were nearly $600. Today, or year to date rather, Our account compared to the S&P 500, we are performing at 4.78 compared to the 3.31%. And our old account, which we closed on August 19th and transferred all the funds to this account. And if we combine the old account with the new account, we're looking at 21.04% so far. Our portfolio performance year to date compared to the S&P 500 at 13.85%, which means we are performing 7.19% better than the S&P 500. And with that, we are done for the day. We're finished our Tuesday trading. Let's go back, set up our watch list. And if you have any questions, any ideas, any thoughts, please reach out, leave a comment. If you could also please click the like, share, and subscribe button so we would have the opportunity to get in front of a few more eyeballs and possibly reach people who are either interested in trading, who are may be already trading, but they're not profitable, or people who aren't in the markets, but they're thinking about it. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Tuesday afternoon.